Howdy do y'all, this is John, and today we are talking about The Marsh King's Daughter, a new movie on VOD, and I think still playing in some theaters right now. And in The Marsh King's Daughter, it deals with this young woman who is reasonably settled in, has a husband and a child, when all of a sudden her father escapes from prison after 20 years. And her father is not a good guy. He's a murderer. Now, she's just seeing all of these things, hearing these things that indicate her father may be after her and her family. Okay, so getting into it, first and foremost, what I liked about the movie. I think that the acting in the movie is solid. Daisy Ridley plays the lead character, Helena Holbrook, and she is very good in the film because she's playing this somewhat complicated character, and any other actor, any lesser actor, would have just fallen apart at this complicated situation. You have a character who's supposed to be, strong, powerful, but at the same time emotional. I'd also like to point out that Helena Holbrook is kind of in defiance to the typical modern strong female character stereotypes. Because yes, she's a strong female character, but she's not this stoic robot. She has emotions, she has feelings, and she is dealing with this guy who is seemingly her intellectual equal and also physically much stronger than she is. She has to rely on weapons and her own intelligence to try and beat this guy. I also think that from a directing standpoint, this film's very well directed. Neil Berger, I think he's a bit underappreciated when it comes to his directing capabilities, because he knew what his job was on this film. He knew he was supposed to deliver an intense, suspenseful thriller, and he very much nailed it, or at least tried to. But directing is only as good as writing, and the writing on this movie isn't exactly its strongest part. The opening sequence to this movie is basically a 20-minute long flashback, and honestly, I think it would have been better if it had been spliced in the film. Cut up the 20-minute opening and within the first half of the movie, just have the series of flashbacks letting you know who this woman is, and over time explaining who her father is, the type of monster that he was. I also think this movie would have been better as like a 90-minute film instead of a nearly 2-hour long movie, because it is nearly 2 hours long, and I just don't really see the point in it. Just have a 90-minute movie, that is it. So guys, at the end of the day, is The Marsh King's Daughter a good movie? Not really, but you can at least tell there was at least some kind of effort being put into the film. I generally do not think this is an awful film. I think it's nowhere near awful. It's one of those movies where you can tell some of the people who worked on it, in this case definitely the director, they did the best they could. It's just that it did not overcome the problems they were having on the film, some of the mistakes they were making. I am going to give The Marsh King's Daughter a 4. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember, the Britsky will return. Hello everybody. This is just a quick reminder that my crowdfunding campaign is live, and I highly encourage everyone to please donate to it and make the movie happen. So please donate whatever you can and help get the film made.